we are. We're in the little village, the quintessential village of Strolls. I thought I'd show a little bit before we go. Another thatched cottage. We've got all the little other cottages down here. There. Let's see if we can. This is Northcourt. Now, this is where a lot of the people in the church will have their plaques. Can't see it much, but I'll push my luck a bit. See if we can see through the trees in the back there. That's Northcourt. There's some old building out that way, but I'm going to leave. And welcome to another episode of Cemetery Strolls. Today we're in St Peter's Church in Shorewell, which is like in the middle down in the sticks, the island. And it's beautiful 15th century church. St Peter's is of 12th century foundation, although it only has worked of the 13th century remaining. The towers was added in the early 15th century. I do know that this one is open, it's always open in daylight, so what we'll do is we'll go and check. One of these gates is locked. Beautiful thatched cottage next door. This village is one of those quintessential little English villages. Everybody knows everybody. Lovely. This is the first place I actually came to when I came to the Isle of Wight. I stayed just up the road, one of the farmers' fields, camping with the local scouts where I come from. And we came to the Isle of Wight. And that's when I fell in love with the place. Beautiful mural stone. We'll come and look at some of these in a bit. Nice to see a defibrillator at church. It's the first one I've seen. It's lovely. Beautiful doorway. This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. Whosoever thou art that enters his church, leave it without one prayer to God for thyself, for those who minister and those who worship him. It's a lovely plaque. The inside of the door. Doesn't look like there's any lights on. Side. Absolutely beautiful. The pulpit. I have never seen anything like it with its cover over the top of it. I can imagine this place thriving when the villages were busy, unlike now with holiday lets. And there's the organ inside. over there. And the font. So, closer look. Looks like a double piece on the top. I've never seen so many pews in one place. There's the bells. Yeah, not quite sure what that is, but it could be the way to the crypt even, maybe. The ladders are a slant, so. Beautiful scene. Appeal 1540 chances. Okay, not quite sure what that is. But it's a plaque to something. Well, the clock was given in memory of Reverend Archibald Hamlin Wakefield, MA, born the 5th of October 1892, ordained priest 4th of March 1917, died 27th of April 1972, vicar of Strolls and rector of Kingston 1962 to 1972. Oh, really old. The candle holders, they are absolutely lovely. Plaque up the top here. Henry Percy Gordon, Baronet, born 21st of October 1806 and died the 20th of July 1876. Lady Mary Agnes Blanche Gordon, his wife, 1816 to 1899. Mary Charlotte Julia Leaf, their daughter, 1840 to 1926.
Birth in Sussex Chronicle on the 5th of August 1876. Death Gordon on the 29th of July at Blackhall, Bantry Terran, Aberdeenshire. Suddenly Sir Henry Percy Gordon Bart of Northcourt, Isle of Wight and Knoxpoke, Aberdeenshire, in his 70th year. And then also from the Sussex Chronicle of 9th of August 1876, Isle of Wight, Newport, the late Sir Henry Percy Gordon Bart, whose death has already been announced, was the only son of General the Right Honourable Sir James Willoughby Gordon, for many years Quartermaster General of the Forces, Colonel of the 23rd Fusiliers, GCB and GCH, who was created a baronet in September 1888 in consideration of his distinguished military services, by his wife Isabella Julia, daughter of Richard H.A. Bennett, and was born on the 21st of October 1806. Consequently, he was in his 70th year. He was educated at St Peter's College, Cambridge, where he graduated BA in 1827, MA in 1830, obtained a fellowship. He married on the 29th of August 1835 Lady Mary, youngest daughter of George, 3rd Earl of Ashburnham, KG, by whom survives him. He leaves an only daughter, Mary Charlotte Julia, married in June 1865 to Colonel R. W. Disney Lai, second son of the late General Sir Alex Lee, KCB, of Fairfield and Glenkiddy, Aberdeenshire. The late Sir Henry succeeded his father as second baronet in 1851. In default of male issues, the baronetcy becomes extinct, and the remains of Sir Henry were taken to Cowes at 2:48 p.m. on the Friday last, passing through Newport and Carisbrooke and on the way to Northcote. The burial took place at Shorewell on Saturday morning. The Carisbrooke bell was tolled as the hearse passed through the village.
Can't really see it. Life, the body. Osmond Johnson departed life the 13th day. See what the numerals. 1773. 1738. His widow. Sacred to the memory of Thomas Goffer Esquire, late of Billingham, who departed this life December the 5th, 1766, aged 29. Oh, them beautiful windows. Long plaque. Good memory of Richard H.A. Bennett, Esquire, Captain of Her Majesty, or probably His Majesty's Royal Navy of Northcote. From the earliest youth, he served his country with zeal distinguished. Worthy of British officer, along a painful illness which he bore in most Christian patience, terminated his earthly career on 11th of October, 1818, in his 48th year. Pulpit. The organ. That's in loving memory of Catherine Savannah Ball. After a short life of exemplary benevolence, died, alas, October. I can't get them, I'll have to. Not very good on them. I did check it out on the callings. He did a small video on Roman numerals, so could be worth checking that out. It's helped me a bit, but unfortunately, what have we got here? We've got a beautiful monument here. Plaque there, but it's not going to be. But I know there is information on this, so I shall put it on there.
The monument of John Lee praying, accompanied by his great-grandson Barnabas, who died at the age of 9 months while Lee's body was waiting for burial in 1629. They share a tomb which is inscribed, "Inmate in grave, he took his grandchild heir, whose soul did haste to make him repair, and so to heaven, along as little page, with him did post to upon his age."
And 1822. And then there's this one, which I can't really see, but I know there's information which I'll be able to get. And there's a plaque. General Sir James Willoughby Gordon, Baronet, GCB and GCH, October 21st, 1772 to January 4th, 1815.
British Army General, he served at the most long-standing Quartermaster General to the forces, holding the position from 1811 until his death some 40 years. Commissioned into the 66th Regiment of Foot in 1783, he was appointed Assistant Adjutant General in Ireland in 1795, and in 1801, under Colonel William Henry Clinton, commanded the 85th Regiment of Foot in Madeira following its capture. Later the same year he became Deputy Adjutant General in the West Indies, after serving as aide de camp and military secretary to the Duke of Kent. He returned to England in 1803 to become Assistant Quartermaster General. He was made military secretary to Prince Frederick, Duke of York and Albany, and the Commander-in-Chief of the forces in 1804, during which period he gave what Thomas Creevely regarded as posthumous, impudent evidence to the House of Commons inquiry into Mary Ann Clark affair. He was subsequently Commissioner-in-Chief to the forces from 1809, and in 1825 he became a Lieutenant General. He was given the colony of the 85th Bucks Volunteers Regiment of Foot Light Infantry from 1815 to 1823, and the 23rd Regiment of Foot Royal Welsh Fusiliers from 1823. In November 1841 he was promoted to the rank of General. For his services he was awarded the Knight Grand Cross of the Order of Bath and the Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Gillific Order. He died at his residence in the Royal Hospital, Chelsea, at the age of 78 from a severe attack of bronchitis, and was interred at the family vault in Caernighton on the Isle of Wight. A cenotaph of his honour resides inside St Peter's Church in Shorewell, Isle of Wight.
Lovely windows. Now this here, I really hope you can all see it. This is a mural of St Christopher. Just got a leaflet of it, so obviously I'll read some more out when I get home.
The mural of St Christopher over the north door of the church has been dated, by virtue of style of dress depicted, to about 1440. It was painted over at some time in history, possibly during the Protectorate, I'll write it down, when everything but plain postotarium was frowned upon as superstition, which had the merit of preserving it until its rediscovery in the 19th century, when the church was undergoing extensive renovation. It was a work of a jobbing painter rather than a master craftsman. He must have travelled around the island for work, as similar murals were discovered at Whitwell and at Knighton. These are now both lost, but from the description are hardly likely to have been the work of the same hand. He obviously understood boats and fish, whoever he was, as he had depicted different types of each. Note the trinity of fish under Christopher's feet. The paints were vegetables and mineral based, which would have been ground and mixed by the artist. He used limited palette of earth colours from yellow to black, but the saint himself had eyes coloured blue, a very expensive tint made of lapis lazuli. Although there are many murals of St Christopher throughout England, the Strolls mural is unusual is that it contains the whole legend of St Christopher from pre-conversion to martyrdom. Every church had a picture or a window or a statue of the saint, but most are dedicated to carrying the child of Christ, the image familiar from the medallions and lockets offering protection to travellers. A corruption of the medieval belief that the sight of the saint would protect any soul in peril or suffering and unprepared to unshivered death. The legend of St Christopher. Christopher was originally a pharaoh of the Canaanite giant. Proud of his strength, he was looking for a master worthy of his service, and offered fleetly to the most powerful king he could find. However, he observed his monarch crossing him whenever the devil was mentioned in a story or song, and finding this was due to fear, resolved to serve the devil as he was more powerful than the king. He found Satan to be feared, worshipped and obeyed by many people. He satisfied him until the day when they were riding abroad and the devil was unable to pass a wayside cross. When he asked why, Satan confessed that he feared Christ. So Pharaoh left his service and set out to seek Jesus. He found a hermit living in a cell who instructed him, but Othello found fasting and praying hard. Eventually it was decided that he would serve Christ by offering pilgrims and travellers a safe crossing over a deep river. He uprooted a palm tree to help support himself and carried those too weak to walk with him. One night a child had need of his help, so Othello put him on his shoulder. The waters grew deeper and the winds grew wilder, and the child became heavier and heavier. Othello feared that even he would not be able to make the crossing, but eventually they made it safely to the other side. He asked the child who he was, as it was like he felt the weight of the world had been on his shoulders. The child replied that he had been not only the Word, but the maker of the world as well. As proof, Othello was to plant his staff, which promptly bore leaves and fruit, but the child just vanished. Othello then went to Samos in Lycia, where many Christians were being tortured and killed by the pagans. He allowed himself to be captured and taken to their king, who asked him his name. He replied, "Formerly Othello, but now my name is Christopher, for I have borne Christ." The king, unable to make him deny his Christian faith, either by threats or temptation, ordered his torture and death.
Memory of Mark Lee Goldie Major, 4th Battery RHA MVO DSO. By the Brooms in France in March 1915, aged 39, and his brother lost the regiments. He fell in action in Gallipoli. August 15th, 1836. If his service says. That is a beautiful monument. And there's the look at the ceiling. Lovely oak work up there. That is absolutely stunning. I've seen some woodwork in churches, but that is beautiful. If I can zoom in so you can see each bit of it. And then down to the altar. Look at this first one as we come out. This is Henry Way, West Court, 1831. This is another crowded churchyard, but I don't think they're letting anybody else here anymore. There are a lot. 1766, that one. There are a lot that I can't read. Really read that either. Born the 13th August 1929. Oh, there are different lines, so yeah. I see a lot of shells up here. In loving memory of a dear husband and father, Clifford Taggart, Vicar of Shorewell, 1972 to 1980. Also, Sheila Mary Taggart, dear wife. Lovely. Don't forget them. Beautiful. Ebenezer Grimes, vicar of this church, 1954 to 1962. Died 8th of March 1962. And then Gladys Clara Grimes died 3rd of February 1962. So there must have been literally a month between them. That one's collapsed. This is only like a small graveyard, but that's the price to pay for such a beautiful church inside. You can just look at the lead work outside. Gives you an idea. You see some replacements. Obviously birds maybe, or hopefully not a vandal. James Creeth, Elizabeth Creeth. James died in 1887. 1877, sorry. This needs a good wash off, that will. Lovely cross. James Hill. Obviously his wife is at the bottom, that's 1880, she passed. Jacob Wilster. Nice clump of yew trees there. Not sure how many there would be with that one, but looks like it's been split. Arthur Way, Foreland Farm, Isle of Wight, who died July 9th, 1875, 52. And his wife, Marianne, May the 10th, 1904. Metal's all sunken down there, look. It's Sarah Shirley, James, beloved wife of James Shirley, 1885 or 35. Some nice ones here. Mary Agnes Blanche, wife of H.P. Gordon. That's which will no doubt be there. That's Henry Percy Gordon. Got a lot of numerals on there. And got sacred to the memory of Francis Thomas McDougall. Can't really read the writing, but I'm sure we can find that out when I look through it. He does look to have been a busy person. Little lamps here. This one dedicated to Elizabeth Ellen Bessie Saunders. And it says about the mural painting of St Christopher 1440. Being fenced off there. Elizabeth, the wife of William Flower, who died in 1734, aged 64. Right, that's the end of this visit to Shorewell. I hope you enjoyed it, as much as I did, especially when we went inside this beautiful church. The outside does not do it justice, albeit the outside is covered in history in itself. The inside is one of the best that I have visited so far since I've been doing this channel. So, I thank you muchly, and I do hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment even, and thank you muchly. Goodbye.